played in the regular season against each other as well.
Yep, and HuK showed us some really cool stuff on dual site last time.
Okay, guys, and unfortunately, it seems like we have a little bit of technical difficulty. That's why you guys don't see any overlay right now. But no, shouldn't be a big deal.
Ain't no thing. We can still cast some StarCraft without an overlay.
Looks a little bit silly though.
Not a big deal.
I feel out of my element, Ben.
You feel out of your element?
Yes.
Casting?
Without an overlay. We've done the overlay all day.
This just feels like playing. That should be in your element.
Well, I don't know, if you say so. Hello, guys. HuK is our Canadian Protoss spawning on the left side of dual side, and Ganzi is our Korean Terran spawning on the right side of dual side. The exact same spawning locations as they had in the regular season, Ben.
Yep.
Where HuK was able to get that pylon up pretty much over here. He sent one of his stalkers over here, and then he got a lot of high ground vision, kept wiping into stalkers over here, and picked up a ton of SCVs, and was eventually able to pull the game in his favor.
Yes, sir. And while I do not think the same kind of thing is going to work against Ganzi twice, it has to be something that is in the back of HuK's head. He's like, all right, well, you know what? Maybe I could try something like that. We'll see exactly what he tries to do. I'm really hung up on that Ryu reference you made in the early game, Kev.
Why?
Because at MLG they had a Street Fighter 2 arcade cabinet, and I was playing on it, and Dawson is it's just complete BS in that game.
Dawson?
He just stands
with
back and
arms?
punches you with his long stretchy arms, and you can't do anything. And it's so dumb. I got so mad. Who did I play against? I think I played against Day 9 or something. No, it wasn't Day 9.
I guess Day 9 was very good at it. Day 9 seems good at everything.
Man, Dawson just sits back and just pokes you and pokes you. And I was trying to be Zangief. All I wanted to do was the big pile driver, which you can't because freaking Dawson with his long arms.
We see a refinery over here for Ganzi. So that means maybe some 1-1-1 action, Ben. Dual side still one of the maps that if you see 1-1, it would probably be on this map. Simon score is being wiped in the main base of HuK. I wouldn't be surprised if HuK is not going to expand as long as he doesn't see the expand of Ganzi. That's definitely what Night End would do in this situation. Night End would never ever expand, and it's going to be a reactor. So it's starting to feel more and more like 1-1, Ben. So he's able to get a ton of Marines out. Dual side probably the smallest map in our map pool right now.
It is definitely the smallest map on our map pool right now. And maybe one of the only ones that really harkens back to the old days when one-base play was much, much more common than it is in today's metagame. HuK going to go ahead and chrono boost out a Stalker, much like he did the first time he played against Ganzi in the regular season.
Marine is scouting around, trying to see if there's any proxy pilots going up.
This probe is like so hidden.
This one?
You can't even see him, man. He's like jungle probe.
Sorry, Ben, I was distracted.
But HuK is gearing up for an expansion, Kev. He's going to go ahead and throw down that Nexus in his natural. Tarzan probe throws it down. Swings out of the trees, warps into Nexus.
Second assimilator being wiped in, so it's going to be it's reasonably quick for HuK. But HuK is not pulling a Night End on us. He is actually going to expand. We see the bunker going up in the main base for Ganzi as well. This is very smart. Ganzi didn't drop it straight away, but now he realized, like, hey, there is a Stalker on the map. I should be careful, because the moment 2 Stalkers show up over here, and you only have 3 or 4 Marines, those Stalkers can get shots off if you micro them a little bit. And if you don't have a bunker, you're going to take a ton of damage on your Marines, and you could eventually end up in a lot of trouble. But Ganzi, being aware of this, will take a little bit of damage on one of his Marines, so be careful, HuK.
But
you know, Ben,
keeps them all alive.
in the previous 2 games, in both of them, HuK lost his Stalker pretty early on. On Cloud Kingdom he lost that first Stalker, and on Shakuras he lost that Stalker as well. HuK gonna try to do it. Imagine if Ganzi wouldn't have had that bunker. Well, he has 7 Marines now, so I guess he would have been okay. But still, it's much better that he has the bunker.
Yeah.
What's the follow-up gonna be by Ganzi?
And notice the bunker placement for Ganzi, Kev. He puts it kind of up high this time, preventing that pylon on the low ground from being a real big issue. So just small things.
I think Ganzi is just going to move out, man, even before Stim or Combat. Just as soon as he has concussive shells, he wants to once more kill a lot of probes early on. Even though he is researching Stim right now, I'd be surprised if he wants to wait for that. Waiting 170 seconds is a lot of time. That's going to allow HuK to be able to get quite some warp-ins done. And if he would go right now, HuK is basically working off of 1 gate.
HuK 3-gate Robo. He can use that Robo for vision. I think he is planning something similar, Kev.
You mean HuK?
Yeah.
Nah. There's no way. HuK is going to be the aggressor. If anything, he has to worry about his own base. Ganzi tries to get an SCV out, and HuK is paying attention. So HuK don't get too close. So smart by Ganzi.
Wow.
He picks off another Stalker of HuK.
Wow.
Those are the minor things, man, that make the difference on this level.
HuK is warping in off this proxy pylon. I guess he just wants to force field this ramp and keep Ganzi from coming down anytime soon.
And
Ganzi doesn't have an expansion.
That's actually a brilliant read by HuK. The only thing I worry about a little bit, no, I don't have to worry about it anymore. HuK has an observer, so he's going to be able to be aware completely of what's going on. He doesn't want to get the observer too close. Wow, that's so smart. Look at that. When the observer is above the fire, you really can see it.
You zoom in and out.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it like it's over here, but it's harder to scout. Depots are lowering. Ganzi's going to try to make his way down. HuK, are you paying attention? Yes, he is paying attention.
Perfect force field on that ramp, just stalling Ganzi for as long as possible. And this forces Ganzi to wait till his starport's done. He can't come down without medevacs, Kev.
Oh, Ben, this is so crazy because, I mean, this can work, no doubt. And if HuK is able to buy the time that he really needs, this is going to be awesome. But if he doesn't pay attention one moment, Ganzi stims down, picks up the units, it's game over, and HuK is out of the NASL Season 3, and we won't be seeing him in Toronto. I cannot believe that HuK dares to do this.
We will see him in Toronto.
Yeah, okay, but you know why. I want to see him in our tournament, man.
Me too.
Yeah, this is so. It's so sick that HuK is. Look, HuK is 20 supply. He's containing a player with 35 supply. It's going to be indeed 1-1-1 versus Ganzi. First tank is out. He doesn't have siege mode. Oh, HuK.
HuK's got to be so careful with
No, HuK.
Whoa! Those force fields!
Yeah, but now he can sim down the ramp. No, he can't. There is one more force field for HuK. That's so brilliant. But HuK, you really have to get out of there right now.
Yep, it's time to go. It's time to go.
HuK, he wants to drop one more force field. Just... We see the medevac unloading on the low road as well. No, HuK.
That's maybe too much. Force field's going down. Units coming in from every angle. And HuK is going to lose everything. Overcommitting just a little bit. Pylon will fall. He's already lost massive.
He has so much money though. He's able to warp in quite a bit, but he's on 13 army supply against 34 out of Ganzi. Ganzi is rallying units across the map. Ganzi doesn't have siege. He has 1 or 2 medevacs, not a single Banshee. Maybe HuK is able to pull off the impossible.
One more stalker picked off in the middle of the map, Kev.
I mean, the medevacs are going to be a problem. How many do we have? We have 2 medevacs, 23 marines, but 1 colossus. We have stim as well. HuK needs a miracle.
Very difficult hold incoming. And
this is a good start. It's going to get a couple of shots off on the medevac. Stalker takes a little bit of damage as well, but those shots are so important already. Here comes another medevac.
HuK also has pretty good building placement in his natural. It's going to be tough to attack into that.
Oh, he gets a couple of free, another shots off.
But the Marines are just going to stim and run right past, and the gateway is just immediately going to fall. If
the Colossus is here, Ben.
And if there's any way to turn a fight, is with a big Colossus, some big shots going down.
Well, a lot of the Marines are so low on HP already, Ben. HuK is losing a lot of pros, but I think he will be able to hold.
He may hold, Kev, but he's lost more than 20 harvesters.
But he's on 2 base.
Down on 24.
Let's not forget that. He's on 2
SCVs.
base. And he has superior attack right now because Ganzi has absolutely no answer at all to these Colossus.
It's a good point, Kev. No Vikings out. Very few Marauders out on the field. In fact, no Marauders. They all died in that engagement. Ganzi's going to try to expand now.
I really think that... yeah, is he? Where is it?
Building a command center.
Sorry. I missed it. Okay, that's going to give HuK time at least to recover from the probes that he lost. It's 27, 28 probes right now. Also, Ben, one thing that works in HuK's favor right now, don't forget that Ganzi has been mining off 1 base this entire period. He's been dropping mules in his 1 base, so that also means that Ganzi is going to mine out his main base a lot quicker than HuK will mine out his. So even by the time that this expands is going to be up and running, you could say that Ganzi is almost going to be back to 1 base again.
1 base transitions into another 1 base.
It's a pretty sick transition.
He could float his main if you really wanted to, but I mean, he still wants to mine that gas. I think it really all comes down to how long HuK was able to keep Ganzi up in his main. He dropping those force fields, buying himself more time and more time and more time until eventually Ganzi's able to bust down. And Ganzi even kills a lot of units, but HuK had the Colossus out, and that's what allowed him to make that successful defense.
What I'm also very surprised by, Ben, is that Ganzi never got siege.
Yeah, that seems really silly to me.
There were no charge lots either.
Yeah.
So imagine those slow zealots walking in. They would take a ton of damage. HuK is researching thermal lens right now. Ganzi did switch up the starport from a tag lab to a reactor. Oh, maybe he had a reactor already. At least he started with Viking production. But how many Vikings is he really able to produce from 1 base? HuK is going to move out, man. This is 3 Colossus. There are only 4 Vikings on the map, 3 Marauders, 21 Marines. I think Ganzi has a far inferior army.
Yeah, Ganzi doesn't even have 8 mineral patches to mine from. He's barely mining in his main. So little income. 800 minerals per minute, even 700 minerals per minute against 1100. HuK has got so much more production.
And even if HuK is just able to contain him for a little while once more, why not?
Scan goes down. Ganzi picks off the Observer, but look at this army from HuK.
Guardian Shield activated.
HuK is going to push forward. There's still no siege mode. Is Thermal Lance done? Surely it is, right?
Yeah, it is. He has Thermal Lance. He has confirmation, range 9. 2 more Stalkers being wiped in. Army supply in favor of HuK by 6. And you should also say he has the better army supply. Gets a couple of decent force fields off. Ganzi's not moving those Marines. Now he is. Stalkers working on the Vikings.
But the Vikings, you know, they might kill 2 Colossi, but at this point, every single bio unit has died. HuK has done it. GG comes out of Ganzi in 1 game. Goes to HuK. Okay, said the Evil Geniuses Protoss player on that graphic.
HuK's version of not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Means he's still alive. It's not over yet. It ain't over till it's over, Kev. And we're going to be going into a game number 4. The map will be Ohana. Ohana means family, Kev.
Are you always going to do this whenever we play on Ohana?
No, I don't always do it.
You did it at least 2 times.
We've played on Ohana twice today. This is the first time I've said it.
That's true, but you know, like imagine those people who watch NASL every day and they are hoping for something new, smart and refreshing from MrBitter, and every single day they get disappointed because all they ever hear is, do you know Ohana stands for family? You have to think of those people, man.
I love that
Man, that's really mean.
No. Alright guys, we're gonna head over to a small commercial break. We'll be right back with game number 4 between Ganzi and HuK. It's going to be played on Ohana. And did you guys know Ohana stands for family? Stay tuned.